Also, I'm playing Persona 4 right now in my spare time. And there's a skill called Rampage that's really good. Like, it does light physical damage to every enemy. And dude, that's so much. Bok bok. The art of making the JRPG streamlined is pretty linear, actually. Just the more modern it is, usually the easier it is to do, right? Like Persona 5, a lot of people have played that. And the menus in that game are awesome. They look cool, and they're fun to navigate. As fun as a menu can be. And you don't really have to worry about grinding either. It's really nice. But the older ones, like 3 and 4, specifically 3, are way more grindy, and like the dungeons are more grindy because it's like you explore this one place called Tartarus, and that's the game. It's 200, well, I won't say exactly how many, but it's like 200 floors of Tartarus, I think. And that's cool and all, but like the aesthetics barely change. Like every 20-ish floors, there's like a change in the color palette, and the music adds an instrument. I personally was okay with that because I enjoy grinding in RPGs to an extent. So I was actually okay with that. I would get on my phone and watch some YouTube. Grand old time. But like, especially in 2006 and other like more average players, that's not really something you should do. It just eats up a lot of time when the most fun part about Persona 3, just Persona, is the social simulator aspect of it. I haven't talked to anybody who prefers the combat, actually. Everybody's just like, hell yeah, I love going around and I love making a schedule. Because you get like 2 time slots a day. So you pick an afternoon activity and an evening activity. And usually you're just like, okay, well I really want to bond with this character. I want to increase my moon social link. So you focus on that, and it's really rewarding. Because then your personas get stronger with that arcana. You can make better personas. And you can just make the combat part quicker. And that's why you do the social simulator part. Because the more social simulators you do, the less combat you have to do. And the less combat you have to do, the more social simulator you can do. It's the perfect system. Sorry, I'm playing a video game right now. I'll have to get back to you later. Ugh. Seriously? A ceiling with a hat? My beamerang can't pierce through. Kabu's gonna have to flip it. Oh my god, it does a big jump? I hate that. Warning, don't jump on the fly traps. Use the safe line express to reach the settlement. In case the safe line is out of commission, please wait for an associate to come and escort you. Can I jump on them quickly? Oh, okay. Wait, I'm gonna go back. I see that thing over there, and I want it. Can I not do anything with this? Oop, wrong button. That's weird. I would say the... Golly, what's the most streamlined RPG I've ever played? I want to say Chrono Trigger, but that doesn't sound quite right. Because, like, there's not really fast travel, but the game is, like, segmented because of the time travel part of it. It's also just an incredible game. I never really feel like I'm just fumbling around waiting for something to happen or waiting to go somewhere. Especially with how side quests are, like, they're more than a little optional. You can really just avoid them. And the thing is, like, the side quests that are there, some of them are really good. Some of them are like a really hard boss fight, and those rock. I love those ones. Like one where you fight the son of the sun. Crazy. Who thought of that? And then there's the one where... God damn it. There's this one where there's like this valley. No, it's not a valley. It's like a waste. Well, no, wasteland's a strong word. It's a barren land, like a big part of the map that's just like dirt. And they need somebody to care for the land for a long period of time, longer than humans live. So they have a solution. And they leave behind the party member, Robo, who's, you know, he's a robot. So he can just live forever. And that, honestly, is one of my favorite quests. It's not even that big. It's actually really small. It's just, you leave Robo there, and then you travel forward in time. But the presentation is super good. It's just really nice. It's like, it advances the narrative. Not so much about the actual, like, combat and spectacle of it. It's the narrative, and that's really good. Not that games in the 90s didn't have good stories, because a lot of them did, and a lot of them were by Square Enix. But that was still in the days where stories like Super Mario World were more common, you know? Save Princess. That's the story. And those are fine, I like those games a lot. But seeing that level of care in the characters is honestly really amazing. Final Fantasy VI is also amazing. And the travel in that game is actually, no, it's about as convenient as Chrono Trigger. I forgot. Both of them have a ship you can fly around in. So traveling outside of certain locations is really easy. Maybe that's why the game felt... Yeah, that's why the game felt so convenient. Huh. Beamering Express is go for a small fee of 0 berries. Oh, okay, I'm with it. Guys, I'm gaming. Keep quiet. Can I heal? Like, if I look at skills. No, I cannot. Good to know. One thing I say about games is gameplay first. And I do mean that. But, I've noticed that the games that I enjoy the most are the ones that go further beyond. Like, some of my favorite games of all time are, like, Final Fantasy VI. Chrono Trigger is really good. I love Persona 3. And those games have, like, a combined element of amazing storytelling and gameplay and music. So yeah, gameplay still number one. I definitely prefer it. But it's really, really cool seeing what happens when you add amazing gameplay with an amazing story and an amazing soundtrack and an amazing visuals. Video games are art, man. Don't let people ever tell you otherwise. Video games are a work of art. They belong in a museum, and in fact there is a museum, and I've been to it. They're just cool. Is this what they wanted? No, what? Rude. Okay, so you just want to lower them to the middle. Okay, so they should meet in the middle? Cool. Oh, that's actually an enemy. Okay. It was standing so still I wasn't sure. There we go. A weevil? I thought weevils were like a mammal? Huh. Oh no, I'm just dumb, I guess. Whoa, easy there. This beast doesn't look like it can be reasoned with. It's quite fierce, too. We should discipline it before it can give us much trouble. Genius. I'm so good. Whoa. Also, whoa. Oh my gosh, I'm failing, I'm flailing. Okay, so... Cool, we did it. Alright, so what was I talking about? Narrative. So yeah, Final Fantasy VI is a really good story, and one thing I like about it is it doesn't have one main character. Now, not all characters are created equally in the playable cast, and that's okay, that's okay. But the ones that they really focus on are super good. And that's Terra. Ooh. That's a weird attack. So the ones they focus on are Terra, Celeste, I guess Edgar and Sabin get a lot of spotlight too. And then shockingly Setzer? Locke as well. At the top are Terra and Celeste, absolutely. They have the most to add to the story. They drive the plot the most. And then the other ones just have, like, more major roles. And then the other characters just kind of exist. Especially Gogo and Umaru. Because they're both, like, super optional. And especially Gogo, you have to, like, know where to look. Which is fine. I like secrets. But also, like, come on, a party member? Really? It's kind of unfortunate. One thing that's really cool to me about Final Fantasy VI is how it's sectioned off. Because, like, a lot of plays have, like, 2 acts. And, you know, it's like Act 1, intermission, Act 2. And a lot of games don't follow the same, like, tone throughout. Like, one game that does that a lot is Legend of Zelda. There's usually, like, Part A, Part B. Like A Link to the Past. Part 1, get the 3 pendants. Part 2, get the 7 maidens. And those are both, like, pretty different games. Like, tonally, or different sections. Like, your goal is different. The tone is different. The environments are different. But, like, within each section, it all feels really connected. Final Fantasy VI does this as well, but it's way more dramatic. Because Part 2 is a permanent change to Part 1. There's no going back. And I like that a lot narratively. Because there's this one thing that happens. You don't see it a whole lot. If you don't know, shame on you. The game's like 25 years old. Like, the bad guy wins. Kefka wins. So you get to see what happens to the world only 1 year after he gets that victory. And it's really pronounced because he gets, like, god-level powers, and the world is just kind of his oyster, I guess. So yeah, seeing how the world has changed aesthetically, how the music is different, how characters act, which is way more guarded, and that kind of deal. It's really interesting. In conclusion, good game. Can you not block that? Do you have to block it before it hits? That'd be weird. So yeah, Final Fantasy VI does that really, really, really well. The way that they balance gameplay differences and world differences, and how dramatic it is really, really impressive. Because the opening to Act 2 is really sad, and if you don't play the original SNES version, it hits really, really hard. Like, you can look up what it is beforehand so you can, like, feel that impact, or after, rather. But they did a huge disservice by censoring the game as much as they did. Which I get it. It was the 90s. It was Nintendo of America. But I wish you didn't have to, like, piece together the picture from an almost complete puzzle. Because it's like you're missing the upper right corner of a big puzzle. Yeah, you know what the image is, but you're missing some good details. Also, wow, I'm not prepared for this combat. Man, so I'm realizing I'm like playing this brand new game, kind of. And I'm just not talking about it. I don't know, I'm never talking about other things for some reason. So I should say this game so far is really good. I love it. There's a lot going for it. The Paper Mario aspect, big one. Yeah, big surprise there, am I right? So Paper Mario's combat is really defined by it's not defined by low numbers, but its simplicity is a huge factor into why people enjoy it, I think. So being able to see that so pronounced here is awesome. 3 characters, of course, is not what normally happens, but it's done so well, I don't care. And it's an homage. This is an inspiration. It's not trying to copy the originals, so it shouldn't. 3 characters that are constant. 3 characters that are constant for the whole story is amazing. Because it gives you like a central plot to focus on. There's a small main cast of characters you can develop. And this game is like 30 hours long, I think? It's not short. 30 to 40. The aesthetics are really good, of course. It's not paper. It's never called paper. It wasn't even called paper in Paper Mario. But it's not advertised as paper. It's just sprites in a 3D world, and they look great. A shop? Huh? Really? Oh yeah, they have to snail to traveling merchants. That makes sense. That's a good bit. Yeah, they're a caravan. I love that. Oh, look at these guys. Excuse me, extremely round beetle. Oh my god, it's so cute. Are they gonna make plushes of that? Oh, they won't, but what if they did? Oh, I would buy a plush of this guy so quick. Boy, don't interrupt me. I'm gonna move this rock. This rock is extremely heavy. You will hurt your horn. I'm a fully grown tangerine. I can do it. I can move this rock. Let the little dude do his job, Kabu. I'm not little. I'll fight you right here. It's so cute. How can we feel threatened at all? I came from a very far land from the right to prove my might. I'll break this rock, then I'll be the strongest. I admire your spirit, but horns cannot withstand such pressure. You should take care. My horn can never break because I'm strong. Now I'm going right back to work. It was cute at the start, but now I'm kind of worried. So he came from a far land. Any idea of which? I've heard of one region where bugs look like seeds and berries. I've heard of that place too, in fairy tales. So those tales could be real. Sleeping on the job. Standards have dropped. Big bug. Why? I wasn't sleeping. It's called a power nap. Whatever you say. It's a miner doing all the way out here. It's Diana, okay? I'm here on the Queen's orders. I'm finishing up the tunnel connecting the Golden Path to the Ant Kingdom. Goodness gracious, you dug all that distance? It was kind of a team effort. I just have to cut the rope, really. What are you waiting for, then? Well, honestly, I worked so hard I'm a bit tired. I need a good rest to power through. Or if I ate some berries now, I could probably get it done right now. Like, 15 maybe? Oh, maybe we could help. Kabu. She just wants free food. We can just come back later and it'll be done. Think about it though. It'd be nice to be able to just walk back just in case. We will have to think about this. Give me a holler if you make up your mind. It's a really good deal. From a game design perspective, of course. Giving the player the power to choose is super neat, even if it's something small like this. Because it impacts the gameplay and not just the story. Well, it doesn't really impact the story at all. But I could pay $15 to have a shortcut right now. Or it'll naturally get done later if I choose not to. It's really neat. I think I'm going to scope out the next room. Because the main thing I want to do on that path is, like, heal. Oh, hey. A save crystal. Save complete. Wow. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. So again, thank you everybody for showing up, and have a good night.